go to these auctions and bid for various articles. And sometimes the valuation given at the antique roadshow, there was one last night that was for £1 million.
Really?
Absolutely staggering shock for them. I wouldn't mind that shock, would you?
£1 million? What was it for?
You know, I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, I just can't remember, but I certainly remember the million saying it.
That's incredible.
Yes. So there we are. Anyway, how are you doing? Have you got a job yet?
No, I don't have a job yet, but I've just requested my but I can't find my SIA license anywhere, so I've just requested that in the post. I've already earned that, so I'm just waiting.
What do you call
It's a
it?
Security Industry Authority license, so that enables me to work on, well, in CCTV. So basically, with that, I can get jobs working in a CCTV.
Mm-hmm.
So
Does that
that's,
mean you've got to go through CCTV and to search that those photographs? Is that part of your job?
to do what?
Doing that? Do you have to go through the CCTV?
I mean, I will be monitoring the CCTV at all times.
I see.
So it's a frontline license, so it's a proper, yeah. You've got responsibilities.
Yes, right. But do you have to go out and bash the chap who's trying to do a burglary or whatever it is?
Do I have to what?
Do you have to use your physical force?
No. If you have a door supervisor license, I did actually sign up to do door supervision initially, but it was kind of for the best, because it was during the pandemic, and what happened was they put me in one group of training, and that was for door supervision, and for whatever reason I missed that training session, and I said, I'm sorry, is there another one I can join? So the next one I joined, that was for CCTV operation. And to be honest, I'm really glad that I did that one instead. Because the door supervisor, yeah, I'm not a big guy. I'm not, I can't fight. I can't.
How tall are you?
Well, I mean, if I can stand up properly, I'm almost 6 foot. But I'm not like a big guy at all. I'm not. I don't have any ambition to be a door supervisor either.
No. You're not a hulking great brute.
No. I literally.
I've shrunk from, I was 5'8.5", just average, medium.
Yeah.
Now I'm 5'4", so I've lost 4.5 inches. Old age does this to you, so beware.
I mean, I hear it, but I never really think about it.
No, of course not. You don't have to at your age. That's
Yeah.
fine. You're in the prime of life.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to enjoying it. To be honest, John, this has been the most frustrating time in my life. I haven't been able to help Mum. I haven't been able to do anything apart from just work on walking, which has been. It's something that I've always had trouble with, but I'd never had the courage to actually try and fix it. I was just masking it. So when I got those licenses, the SIA license and the CSCS card, I got them during the lockdown. I knew that when I was taking them, when I was doing the test, I could barely sit down when I was doing the CSCS card. I have no idea how I manage to do it, but I did because I thought as long as I do the test, this won't be a waste of time. I can use, I'll have as long as I need to recover. So that's why I did it, and I'm only now starting to reap the benefits, which are.
What is? I didn't know you had trouble with your feet. What is the cause of the trouble with your feet?
I have fallen arches, so
So that's flat feet, as they call
yeah,
it.
that's flat feet. So I mean, I don't think I'd be able to join the military if I wanted to. But in terms of my life, it basically makes me walk a bit like a penguin. But it means I can't feel the soles of my feet. And over the years, I've done so much damage to my to my frame just by walking wrong that the blood circulation has just got worse and worse and worse. So yeah, I'm just left with a bit of a mess. I feel a bit like my limbs are like spaghetti, and I've tied them up. If that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah,
Spaghetti.
yeah. It's a strange, very very strange sensation, but I'm glad I stuck with it. It's been very very difficult. There's been times where I didn't know how I could go on, but I've got my faith, and that's what's really pulled me through this. Is
What pulled you through? Did you say?
my faith. I mean, when I considered myself, what do you call it? Oh God, I can't remember the word now. Without religion, when I was without religion, I was just lost. There was something that was missing. I hear it a lot, but I never really knew what it meant. And I mean, in a way, I feel like the way that my faith is complicated purely because of the way that I got it. It wasn't like I grew up with it. It wasn't like this is the faith that was passed down to me from my parents or my like society. It's Taoism, so it's not Christianity, but it has so many. It just overlaps with Christianity. It doesn't conflict with it. I never feel like the only difference that I find with my religion, and that this isn't particularly Taoism. This is just me. Is that I call God to me is female. God for me. I mean, one, I believe in multiple gods, but I also believe in the God that I have a special relationship with is female.
Yeah.
So I refer. It's strange. I call her Jehovah because I know the Lord's name is Jehovah. So I've got parts of. I mean, I suppose because I'm impressionable, I've got friends that are Jehovah's Witnesses, so they've talked to me about the Bible, and we've had really interesting conversations actually, discussing it. I mean, I'd love to talk to you in more detail one day about my faith and talk about yours, because I'd like to see how many similarities we have, because I didn't used to have it. It was only when I truly didn't understand the value of my life. I was really at a lost point. And when I found God, it was an out-of-body experience. It was such a strong, profound experience. The only other explanation, other than me meeting God, the only other way I could accept it was to say I was crazy. And, I'm not crazy, but I know it happened. It's not like I can just forget that it happened. So, in a way, Go on, John.
Do you go to the Jehovah's Witnesses church at all?
No, but I probably will in the future. Again, it's just been hard getting around. But there's one guy that I need to speak to called John. He's called John as well. John Kuska. and he's a lovely chap. We've discussed lots of stuff in the past, and there's Naomi and Tony. They're gorgeous people. They come around and talk to me sometimes. And there's no. The thing I like about religion is there's no ulterior motive. There's no. Some people they're so greedy. They need so many bells and whistles to be encouraged to do something. Whereas with religion, it's something that is more than us.
I think the friendships that I've made in Arundel and here certainly have been in mostly, I think, through the church in Arundel and through the Methodist Church here in about 10 minutes away. So it's friendships which are, I think, so important. And the trouble here is that I'm the only man in the whole establishment. So there's 9 other residents, all women, and 5 staff who are all female. So I'm surrounded by 14 females all the time. And I'd love there's a vacancy.
I know what you mean. I have a lot of friends that I'm looking forward to seeing. And, I spend far too much time worrying about the time I've missed. The time I still have to gain. I very much feel like I haven't really experienced my life yet.
Yes, I can understand that. And of course, you are disadvantaged in many ways because you haven't got uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters like most people do have. So you're short of the natural family, apart from Mum and Darcy and Joe. They're not quite your the sort of people you hang around with.
Well, I've hung around them all this weekend. I didn't want to see anyone else this weekend.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't want to see anyone else this weekend, to be honest. I've just been, I was very happy to hang around with them this weekend. But yeah, I do, I'm really looking forward to going out and meeting people again. It's been so long. And I think that this life, when in the end, we shed our skin, we shed, the frame that we spend all our life complaining about, we shed that in the end. We don't have that. It's only the relationships that we've forged. That's what we keep.
I just wonder what awaits me. Probably, I feel that probably in a year's time, I might get to 95, and then blow it. Because I guess the soul is liberated to go somewhere, but goodness knows where. But where are all the
See, I think it's the more I try and think about that, the more I realize how pointless it is to worry. I truly feel like that is something that is not for us. That is not for us to interfere with.
Worry about.
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
for us to worry about, it's not for us to interfere with, it's not for us to have any part in. I think if we did, we would anger God.
Well, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I think you've got a point there. I've got to tell myself it's a mystery, and it remains a mystery until until I die, and then I'll find out what it's all about.
That's what it should be.
Or it may be oblivion. I mean, who knows? And but I think that in what I've read about in the Gospels, I'm sure it's not going to be oblivion. I think somehow it's going to be interesting. The thing I dread is boredom. If we got to sing psalms and praise the Lord forevermore, I hope it's nothing to do with that. I'm sure it is.
I don't think it would be done. I mean, for me, I have a big belief in, the Mayan culture, and it's the Mayans, the ancient Mayan culture from South America.
I don't remember that.
Oh, well, I mean, the Portuguese went over and burnt them because they went over and saw them doing ritualistic human sacrifice and thought, these people are devil worshippers. But in reality, the people that they were sacrificing volunteered to do it. And before they died, they trained them using a yopo snuff powder they made from limestone and a tree bark, and it would propel them into this sort of hallucination, like vision quest. So they would train for years beforehand and then have a ceremony and chop themselves. Well, not chop themselves, they would I think they'd chop their head off, but it sounds a bit gruesome, but the reasons of why they did it I find fascinating. I really want to know more.
Okay, who told you about these?
I found out about them when, a long time ago, when I was a teenager. But if you search on the internet, just the Mayan culture, Mayan.
Oh, Mayan.
Yeah, the Mayans, yeah.
So are they the indigenous people of South America?
Yes, for a big part of it, a big part of South America they are, yeah.
I think the Portuguese did, and we European countries really did mess up, didn't we?
Oh God, they were awful. I mean, they went there, and the worst thing, if you ask me honestly, I think, there's some other cultures that did similar things, and I don't think they're the only culture that got to this stage, but I think they were probably one of the. If we had to say, how far has humanity got, I think they literally got further than we ever could imagine. I think that what they were doing in life, they didn't have a concept of money. They didn't know what money was. They had no concept of industry or money or selfishness or greed. It was purely just to train, to find out. When we die,